Xin chào, this is the greetings from Vietnam. I am Doan from Vietnam and I'm currently working in Lean Center for Community Development in Ho Chi Minh City. Today it is my pleasure to present my research evaluating social change in Vietnam through contextualizing the catalyst model through a case study of Lean Center, the place I am working. First of all, I would like to introduce about the city I am doing the research. It is Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam in Southeast Asia with the populations of 10 million people. As you can see, it's clearly through the crowded traffic jam here. On average, the populations of Ho Chi Minh City increased by 200,000 people per year, and it's a huge number, and it's also the reasons why Ho Chi Minh City is one of the highest peak of urbanization city in Asia. Alongside with the robust development in economies of this city, the gap between the rich and the poor is also larger day by day. While there are many people are living in good living standards, there are also many poor people and they have to face many social issues happen in this city. As a result, there are more than 200 unregistered local non-profit organizations. From now, I will call it NPOs in Ho Chi Minh City to support their communities to solve their problems. However, because they are unregistered NPOs, they do not have a lot of support from the government as well as donors. And this point make plenty of NPO in Ho Chi Minh City that by lacking of capacity, strategies, and finance, the impact of NPOs on social change therefore is still very limited. And this is the reason there is a strong need of an NPO working as a catalyst to connect NPOs and strengthen their capacities to create better impact on community development in Ho Chi Minh City. In this Vietnamese context, I have chosen Lean as a case study. Lean works as a center for community development in Ho Chi Minh City to support NPOs to improve their network as well as their capacity. Lean in Vietnamese pronounces the same with link in English. Furthermore, Lean is the short name of listen, inspire, and nurture. As you can see here, Lean works as a root of this tree and nurture NPO under the sunshine of donors and the water of volunteers. Another reason I chose Lean is that I myself are working in Lean as a communications coordinator. Hence, I have the insider view and understand Lean work for a long time, not only a short time of visiting. Some of Lean activities are NPO network events, NPO capacity workshop, the matching skill volunteers with NPOs, and Narrow the Gap Community Fund. So the main questions of this research is how the Lean achieves the impact as a social change catalyst on community development in Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam, especially with the non-profit organization sector. And the evaluating framework that I use in this research is the integrated model of measuring the process of applying the participatory communication approach and its outcome of Figueroa, Kincaid, Strani, and Lewis, with 7 indicators is leadership, decrease and equities of participation, information equity, collective self-efficacy, sense of ownership, and social cohesion as well as the social norms. The main reasons I chose this model is that there is a mention of the catalyst roles as we see in the model. According to this model, a catalyst in communication for social change means the one creates dialogues within the community, then leads to collective actions to solve social issues in community. And to implement this methodology, some methods I use are ethnographic non-participant observation, the in-depth semi-structured interviews with NPO representatives, the Lean staff and skill volunteers, and also the secondary data methods. So how does Lean play a catalyst role? The finding of this model indicates the following approaches. Firstly, is the network facilitation. Lean establishes the services to encourage employees to join employer network. The process of being Lean partner is very simple compared with the complicated paper process of the government. Employers just need to have three no's: no profits, no religions, and no politics. Secondly, is the capacity enhancement. Lean organized workshop for employers of working skills in non-profit sector. However, they are just half-day workshops to encourage employers discover more deeply the issues by themselves. In addition, Lean also organized the matchings between employers and skill volunteers, so skill volunteers can support employers in specific requirements. Last but not least, is the community fund connection. Lean does the fundraising from the community, and Lean also tries to raise awareness of the public about social issues which is different each year, such as education, environment, or children. The findings point at the importance of having a local employers playing the roles as a catalyst for the following reasons. First of all, normally in Vietnam, when mentions the catalyst, various research states that it should be the international non-profit or governmental organizations which have a lot of support for the development of Vietnam, or the local authorities which work the most closely with the community in the political system of Vietnam. However, in fact, in urban areas, due to the high speed of economic developments and the higher education, there is less support from NGOs and less influence of the local authorities compared with the rural areas. On proves the importance of a catalyst as a local non-profit organization, and Lean works very well in this role. Secondly, is about Lean's impact evaluation based on my data and using this evaluation framework. Here is what I have found out. Lean achieves a very good impact in the social norms with blue colors, very good impact in the red green colors, and still weak impact in the red ones. In social norms, since Vietnamese is a collective society and Lean was established from the local level, Lean staff know how to make community development terms turn to be popular in Vietnam. Hence, the impact of this indicator is very strong. By these new terms, Lean also changes the way employees see themselves from charity organizations to be a part of the community development process in Ho Chi Minh City. Secondly, Lean creates very good impact on the four indicators in green colors because Lean always encourages employees to participate in Lean network and to be leader in their own projects. Lean also provides a lot of information and capacity enhancing programs for employees. As a result, employees are more confident on their own capacity and have better financial support. Employees are also recognized of the benefits of collaborating with corporate sector and the public to improve their working quality. However, these four indicators are still in the medium impact because there are still many challenges Lean has to face. Firstly, due to the massive Leninist foundation and Confucian influence in society and politics, Vietnamese people are not familiar with being independent and always believe that others as outside leaders will help them. Secondly, Lean brought many community development terms from Western concepts to Vietnam, but there is no attention on localizing these terms in the Vietnamese context. Hence, many Vietnamese people do not really understand these terms, even misunderstand them. And thirdly, there are many employees in Ho Chi Minh City, and each of them has different visions, and there is a conflict of interest in finding the donors. Hence, they do not really work well together. Moreover, the government also does not support the collaborations among employees since they are afraid that it will form the anti-government powers. That is the reason Lean creates a very low impact in the social cohesion and the sense of ownership indicators. And one more thing that Lean will form from the grassroots level because Lean staffs feel that they are needs of doing this. It's just very spontaneous without any professional evaluation framework. Hence, it's very difficult to estimate and measure the impact and make a change in the future. So here are some recommendations I make in this research. First of all, is the leadership strategy, and I think it should be implemented in both sides, internal and external. There is a quote that when you believe that you are a leader, you will be able to work as a leader. Thus, it's really important that the catalyst staff aware the leadership, believe that they can be a leader and inspire the employees to being leaders at themselves. And besides, in working with employers, instead of only providing free service, it's really necessary that Lean creates a tiered employee system with different categories based on characteristics of employees. Then Lean should support employees initially in learning how to lead change and collaborate with other employees before they learn other capacity skills. Secondly, is in the context understanding. As we see before, there are a lot of misunderstanding happens because Lean still do not pay serious attention on localizing the participatory approach theories into the Vietnamese context. Hence, it's really important that Lean understand deeply the local culture and stakeholders' characteristics to modify its language styles and its approaches to be more suitable and work more effectively with the employee. Another important element is building the evaluation framework in local context. Based on my research, it's important that the catalysts in urban area in Vietnam pay special attention on two weakest elements as social cohesion and sense of ownership. And next, the medium groups are also needed to focus on challenges a catalyst may face in its working in Vietnam. And the social norms, even the catalyst can create strong impact in Vietnam, it is still in need of follow-up to push more on the key concepts. And here is the new catalyst model that I created for the Vietnamese context. As you can see in the orange color, the catalyst is really important in the social change process. A catalyst needs to have a clear leadership strategy, a deep context understanding, and an updating evaluation framework. When it has enough these elements, the catalyst will have enough capacity to work with other stakeholders to provide better impact. It will work with stakeholders through two ways of communication, interpersonal communication and multimedia activities. When there is a good community dialogue, it can lead to effective collective actions, and then it leads to individual change and social change impact. Again, in this point, it can be evaluated and be back as a circle of social change with a catalyst. And one more thing that I would like to emphasize in this research is that contextualizing is really important. We cannot just apply one fixed model for everywhere in every context. All models need to be modified and adapted with specific conditions in different locations to create the real social change impact. Thank you so much for your listening. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me.